I blagged the guest list and I'm here in Cape Town, a city that's fast becoming the clubbing capital of South Africa. In a country that has changed radically over the last 10 years, I'm here to check out their club scene and see if these South Africans really know how to party. As
Who you think you fooling, buddy, my friend? And what about your woman, buddy, my friend?
Because the scene's so small, that euphoria hasn't died down. There's nothing holding us back from being the biggest capital for clubbing in the world.
My weekends are completely removed from what I do during the week.
People are not shy. They don't care what anybody else thinks.
I'd say the high point going out in Cape Town is being with my friends, having a good time, and seeing some fine women.
As far as hip-hop's concerned, it's every aspect of our life. It's a reflection of what we are.
Ladies' nights are the best nights. Strippers. God.
10 years ago, I could not be standing here telling you about clubbing in Cape Town. Back in the day, I wouldn't have been welcomed in a place where politics killed off everything, including the birth of a club scene. Today, Cape Town's got it all. Fantastic weather, top beaches and some incredible scenery. When the sun sets, the bars and clubs come alive to create one of the most diverse club scenes you'll find anywhere in the world. But rewind to the 80s, when the country was caught in the grip of apartheid. The state of emergency was at its worst, and going clubbing in Cape Town was a very different story.
We went to clubs, we travelled into town on trains on a Saturday morning. We weren't allowed to sit in certain carriages because we weren't white. That was clubbing for me as a teenager. You know, I never knew of a mixed club, a place where you go with fancy lighting or, you know, DJs the way maybe it was happening in England, sort of the late 80s, but I'd heard of it.
The police would put up roadblocks to make it difficult for you to enjoy your night out. You would have to then go through a whole process of like search and seizure. Once you made it through, there would be a party somewhere. At that party, you've got this headspace of, well, a little bit of fear.
You switched on to Cape Town and turned on to You in the Morning with Vern. As a young DJ playing at commercial venues, you'd get in, but try and bring friends with you, or even your girlfriend. And if you're, a lot more tanned than I am, and I'm not tanned enough to make it noticeable, but if you're a lot more tanned than I am, then immediately the manager would say, look, I'm sorry, but your friends can't go to the bar, they have to stay in the DJ box with you, that kind of deal. You literally would have whoever's with you confined to an area, or they wouldn't be that noticeable.
But it wasn't just the club managers that were trying to break up the party.
I can recall police coming into a venue, basically stopping the music, confiscating the sound system, and DJs getting arrested. I also know of people who got arrested in their private homes for possession of particular songs and music. I think we ended up with soulless people. We ended up with dehumanized kind of people. We ended outside the mainstream of what human society was about all over the world.
Anywhere in the world where you have communities that are isolated, they will find a venue that becomes the entertainment platform. And the Galaxy became that.
Opening in '78 as the club for coloured Cape Townians, the Galaxy is the longest running club in the city and still packs in thousands of clubbers.
The venue was unique. It was fairly tense times. Although it was exciting, it was difficult times for a lot of people. There was a lot of shooting going around, people were dying. The police actions, it worked in reverse. I think they were trying to stop people from coming to the venue, but they've done the exact opposite because we were standing up against the system.
And with the death of the system came the birth of the club scene.
It was a definitive moment in beginning to hear these new voices, this new music. But to hear a song that you never expected to on radio, played on the radio for the first time is quite something. And that moment was when Nelson Mandela was released. Then suddenly, all the DJs went mad.
Certain dance influences took a long time to grow in this country. I mean, the whole British dance Summer of Love thing took a while. I think some people are still celebrating. They haven't actually walked out of the clubs in the last 5 years.
There's a lot of white boys meeting brown girls and vice versa. There's enough pickup lines going around at that time that we're just associated with, hey, it's the new South Africa. What do you say? A lot of Cape Townian clubbers are stuck in the dream of that. Because the scene's so small, that euphoria hasn't died down. There's nothing holding us back from being the biggest capital for clubbing in the world.
The vibe in Cape Town's electric. It's really mad.
Cape Town is the most beautiful city in the world. It's just so amazing.
Clubbing in Cape Town's it's very special, even spiritual.
They actually treat me like Nelson Mandela's lost brother. It's amazing to see how they really appreciate, that I do come to this country to play music for them.
Most Cape Townians don't go out any time before 11 o'clock, any day of the week, and when they do, they come here, to Long Street. Cape Town is a small town, so when there's a big night on, everybody knows about it. And as any hot-blooded male will tell ya, there ain't no party without no honeys. And if you really want to whip your party up into a frenzy, then you can hire the best club dancers through the biggest agency in town.
Evoke is a dance company or crew which was started in Cape Town in January last year. We do a range of dancing. Firstly, rave and club dancing. Usually they dance on the stage or on a podium, and by so doing they uplift the crowd.
I've been dancing since I was about 3-4 years old. I've done ballet and modern and tap and Spanish. So that's the reason I came to Cape Town, to get my dancing career on the go. I'm very into flowy movements, a lot of arms and things like that. I suppose it's the trance kind of vibe. Yeah, I've got my robot thing going, which people really, really love, yeah.
And the girls don't just dance inside the clubs.
If the club is quiet, then we'll stand in the queue and pretend that we are the queue, and even get a couple of dancers to dance outside, and it does pull people in, and we just encourage the vibe. We bring out the best in people.
And they've always got their eye out for new talent.
Well, roughly we have about 60 people in Evoke. We decided we need to recruit a few more people into our group.
It's nice to scout in a club because you kind of get the feel of the person. You can see how they work to the music.
But any new hopefuls will have to go through the audition.
All right, don't touch me.
What happens is we put the ad in the paper and we get a response, and usually it's a big turnout.
I saw the dancers of Evoke at Unity one night and I approached them. I said, yeah, well, I'm into dancing, so I want to do it on competition.
I feel like, gone to clubs, seen some people dancing, take their style, mix it with mine.
Basically, I was just dancing one night and Michael came to me and asked me to come, and I'm obsessed with dancing, so I thought, why not?
We are looking for individual styles and unique talent as well, so we don't want you looking exactly like us.
And then, Michael, if you can please play some funky music and let's get this party on the road.
Cape Town is a good venue for dance talent in particular because we have a very healthy club culture.
People are not shy. They don't care what anybody else thinks.
This is the difficult part. Unfortunately, we can only choose some of you guys. Out of the guys, JJ, and out of the girls, Alana, you'll be dancing with us at Miss Money Corner.
And before they've had time to shake off that sweat, JJ and Ilana make their dancing debut at a major club the very next night.
The audition was great, a lot of eyes checking us out.
I was speechless. I was just standing there. Me? Okay.
Yeah, my costume, please.
No, your pants.
No, they were fit. I'm not that skinny.
Preparing-wise, nervous but a good nervous. It's energy that I can use.
They have exactly what we're looking for. If you notice JJ, he was always smiling, working with other people.
Alana had also very good moves, different to each piece of music.
When you hear the music takes control of you.
Control completely, yeah.
And then you just let go. Everything goes. You don't. It's like there's nobody there. You there alone. Nobody's watching you. You just start.
Feel free. You can fly.
Every city's got its super club, and Cape Town is no exception. Oki, Jules and Gatecrasher have all played at Dockside, but on a Wednesday, everything's laid on for a perfect girls' night out.
Myself and Shauna go back a long way. Like 9 years, almost 10, next year's 10 years.
Almost a century.
It's been primary school, it's been high school, it's been living together, it's been working together, it's been partying together. We've done every single thing together. If I was to describe a typical Wednesday night out, I wouldn't be able to because I'd be drunk.
Hear me tonight, 'cause my feeling is just so right.
Most of the time, I actually get dressed at work.
By the moonlight.
We'd be dead tired, but we'd be psyched up for partying.
Wednesdays we go to Dockside because it's ladies' night.
If I was to choose any club, I'd choose Dockside. It's got a lot of atmosphere and people are more friendly. Their lights are excellent, except when their prices are a bit hectic. I mean, you have to pay for water. Oh my God, ladies' nights are the best nights. The strippers. God. The dancing is good.
Yeah.
I think it goes with the beat at least. No, the second stripper was good, but the first stripper wasn't. Because he was new.
Yeah, as they said, he was a virgin stripper.
The girls are party animals. I haven't been at any other venue where the atmosphere is so electrifying as a Dockside.
Being single is the best. What, we're free and single and ready to mingle.
Ladies' night is the best because ladies go there because they know they're going to get free and things like that. But guys, there's more guys than girls because guys know it's ladies' night and that's why they come. So I think it's a good idea, actually, a very good idea.
Why didn't you pick me to come up stage with you, man? I was right in front.
If tonight was the perfect night out, then I'd come home at 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk, then get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, work a double shift, and probably go clubbing again.
But it's not all snogging and drinking in Cape Town. The city is also legendary for its trance parties, where clubbers can come together for an altogether more spiritual clubbing experience.
It feels like I've been in the trance scene all my life. It started in the rave scene in about 1996. The music just completely took me away. I went on the trance journey, and I've been on the trance journey for quite a few years now. Painting is where all the trancey types want to go. Everybody's looking for that place. I think I'm one of these lucky people that are already there.
I work for a small PR consultancy. It is stressful because it's all about communications and it's all about being available to your clients. During the week, my weeks are pretty tied up because I'm training to be a yoga instructor. The phones have been ringing off the hook. How are you doing? So my weekends are completely removed from what I do during the week. My music's with me all the time. I mean, that's in my car, that's in my bedroom, that's in my Walkman, that's when I'm walking. I mean, I wish I could play it in the yoga studio, but our yoga is very strict. We have to have it silent.
No words, no talk, we'll go dreaming.
Meditation is about not wanting, not moving, not acting. Sitting quietly for hours.
No words, no talk.
The kind of mentality that it takes to get into yoga meditation, that is rife in the trance scene. I got a theory about life in general and trance in general. If it's not light and fluffy, it's no fun. And if it's no fun, there's no point in being there.
Cape Town, I think, is a very special spot on the actual globe. Just to get a bit airy-fairy for a moment, it has Table Mountain, which is known to be one of the energy centers on the planet. I'm not in any way kind of an esoteric, kind of out there person, but I definitely feel it and I definitely believe it.
Tonight, I'll pop in at Jennifer's place, cook dinner for a few people. I'll probably go for the carbo loading tonight and make just a simple pasta. The people that I've met in the trance scene have become like my family. They are my friends. They're not just acquaintances I see at a club on a Saturday night. I met Jennifer in the trance scene and we just clicked.
Gordon's opening line to me was, excuse me, can I ask you a personal question? So I was like, oh God, here we go. He says, are you a sunbeam?
Because you're so bright and fluffy. We're good friends. We're great friends. And every party we go to together, we get closer and closer and closer and closer. I mean, it's almost like there's no end to it.
Trance has a deep, tribal, instinctive boom, boom, boom.
You know, everyone's talking about the internet and the World Wide Web. Well, I'm telling you now, the best web of all is this web between people because it's tangible. And it's because of this music.
For the city, I think Get a Fix is definitely the closest to a sort of outdoor trance body. It's like the ultimate chill-out zone. You've got sort of like a bar, coffee area where there's soft drinks and hard drinks.
There's loads and loads and loads of comfy places to sit. You can sit on cushions on the floor, or there's couches. The dance floor isn't the biggest part of trance because a lot of it is sitting around talking and meeting up with people. Yoga and trance go well together. I often stand on my head at a trance party. I'll go to the side of the dance floor and go upside down on my head. It's brilliant watching everybody dancing upside down. I come down and I stand up again and I'm like off to go and dance again. It's great fun.
For me, dancing to trance music is like flying, and I'm not a bird either. I'm something much different.
Table Mountain is definitely one of these places which you've got to check out. Nothing like it in the world.
Everyone comes out of a club and there's this big backdrop that just looks like a picture that you couldn't even imagine of a mountain with a big flat top on the top of it.
And if you catch it on a day where the cloud sort of is dripping down the side, it actually looks like a waterfall, so it's quite surreal.
With like the whole mountain overlooking the city, it adds a little vibe to it, you know, there's a little specialness that you're only going to get in Cape Town because you're being watched by this huge mountain. It's great.
Now, people go up there and watch the sunrise and watch the sunset before and after clubs. It's, you know, it's a big part of their clubbing environment, I think.
In a city with a history like Cape Town, it's taken a while for certain music trends to hit the mainstream. So while the rest of the world was spinning on its head and breakdancing in the 80s, in the year 2000, old school hip-hop and all that goes with it is still a big noise here.
Hip-hop is sort of all-encompassing, it goes across all the borders. So that's where you find people of all colours coming to the same thing that's international.
It's like a weird clash of wannabe rebellion and sort of have to be rebellion.
Especially amongst the younger generations, the generation who's going clubbing now, they don't sort of class you in terms of you're white, you're coloured. We just go there to enjoy the same kind of thing. We have a common interest and that's why we're there, you know?
It may have been a bit late starting in Cape Town, but unlike any other club scene in the city, hip-hop is the only music that everyone's getting into, no matter what colour they are.
Hip-hop has really brought people together. You can really see that in Cape Town City. The scene is definitely growing, it has grown. It's come a long way since 1983. The whole rhyming and the rapping thing, it has always been part of our culture, you know, because if we do trace the roots of hip-hop, it comes back to Africa anyway. It's a part of us, it has always been a part of us. Hip-hop gave people an opportunity to actually express themselves as well, because if you're not out there battling on the streets, you can get on the mic and battle, so we didn't have to fight one another no more. A lot of the kids, especially out on the Cape Flats, they can relate to the images they see and what people speak about.
Searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every nigga is selling narcotics.
The music of that era was like very pro-black, which was very like mentally uplifting. And as far as the rap was concerned, it's we could identify what they were saying.
And it wasn't just the kids on the Cape Flats that were getting into it.
Even though we thought hip-hop was black and it was just us listening to rap, I didn't know that across the railway and across the main road in the southern suburbs there was white kids doing the same thing and thinking the same thing.
We were on the one side of the line partying in our culture, and they were doing theirs, and we were both oblivious to the two of them. And when people started meeting each other and realizing that those two cultures were there, they became amalgamated and mixed very quickly.
Hip-hop, I don't think it will be able to survive if you don't actually embrace or bring together all the other elements. The DJ, the b-boys, breakdancing, the MC and the graph writers.
It's a religion. I mean, basically it is a religion. None of us are church-going folk, but we all have beliefs, we all have morals, and we'll stick to those morals and spread those morals as well. And as far as hip-hop's concerned, it's every aspect of our life. It's a reflection of what we are.
And it's this passion that's meant the TVA graffiti crew are infamous around town, playing a vital part in Cape Town's hip-hop scene.
It's a great place to do graffiti. You'll be graphing at night, the moon will be full, you've got the mountain on the one side, you've got the ocean on the other side. It's hard not to be creative. We are artists, not all just vandals, you know. The nice thing about graffiti is, even if you don't want to listen to us, you're going to have to hear us out. The hip-hop culture is one human entity. When we do come together, we're a drivable force, a force to be reckoned with, you know.
And once a month, that force can be felt here at the Jam, where they hold the biggest hip-hop parties in the city and where Cape Townians can celebrate their own unique style of the music.
You know, a lot of people want to argue the point because you don't sound like an American, you're not doing it the American way automatically. A lot of people assume that it's inferior to that. But we got to remember, we're coming from another side of the globe. So people are feeling the vibes and they're feeling the beats differently to what the Americans are feeling it. It's kind of symbolic, and it's an indication of where the new South Africa, so-called new South Africa, could go. If people really tried hard, if politicians really listened to what was going on the streets. So there's quite a big integration. People don't care how rich you are, how white you are, how black you are, how poor you are. Everybody's digging the beats.
Rugby is the national sport of South Africa, and for these players, team spirit is everything, both on and off the pitch.
It's got me to lock everyone. I'm going to be there and support for Grain whenever he needs me, and I'm going to break the line every single time.
Yes!
Hamiltons are known to be the oldest club in South Africa. They've been around for 125 years. We have a good spirit inside the team, and we get along very well. This club is more of a social club in a way, but we have our good rugby at the same time. After the game, we'll all get together, we'll buy a couple of cases of beer, we'll get a funnel, we'll get a spokesman or something, and we tell each other what we did wrong, and for the person that did something wrong, he has to funnel the beer.
I'm willing to take responsibility if I've made the mistake. So in terms of that, yes, they must be punished for that.
They must be punished. It's just a nice way of saying that, yes, you had a shit game and this is why, not drink.
Who gets the most fines? I would have to say Kevin, just because he's Kevin. If you knew Kevin like we knew Kevin, then just looking at the guy, you would desperately want to give him a fine, even if he had a great game. Just the type of guy you want to find.
I'm looking forward to drinking something other than beer.
which we drink a lot at the rugby club because I don't like beer much.
Typical Saturday night after a rugby game, we would go to the fairs. The fairs rocks normally on Thursdays, Fridays and Saturday nights. It's got curtains on the ceilings and candle lights, and it's very dark, so you could get away with not being that good looking until you take the female outside and then they see how ugly you really are, and then you're very unlucky. Never happened to me though. We'd go straight to the bar, have a few drinks, get our confidence levels up.
I want to punish myself for not having a great game. So if I get paralytic, I serve myself right, yeah.
Come with me, I fill you with desire. Take my hand and we'll walk this land together.
I'd say the high point going out in Cape Town is being with my friends, having a good time, and seeing some fine women, you know. There's some fine women in Cape Town. Let it be known.
I have to say Phil's quite a smooth talker here. It works. I don't know. He just knows exactly what to say and when to say it. Cape Town's a small place. If you go around with 2-3 girls in one night, you get a name very quickly, and then the chance of you actually getting another girl next time you are aren't very high.
The best dancer. That's a difficult one. I know it's not Kevin. I'm sure Phil can get his groove on, eh? But then again, I've also been known to move a bit. How do you know when a night is over? When you wake up in a nice woman's bed, or when you find yourself sleeping in your own vomit in the gutter. Yeah, that's pretty much over, because no one really wants to talk to you after that.
That's it from Cape Town. Now, the only downside for me is that I wasn't here long enough. So with my last remaining minutes, I'm off to the estate agents to buy myself a holiday home. And as for UK Garage here in Cape Town, well, I'm working on it. Until next time.
It's the best club in New York, because it's free. And the second reason is it's outdoors.